Shalom, this is Brother Yawan.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, in the scenario that's coming, in the time that's coming, right? And this example is twofold, right? In a scenario in a time like the purge, so to speak. Shoot, the chief of police in LA said recently, he said, hey man, don't come to LA. We're not sure we have enough, officers to protect you. All right, because a lot of jacking is going on. A lot of people getting their groceries and people driving back to Beverly Hills. People that live in Section 8 right down the street, and they what? They're taking what they need, man. They're taking the resources. When people lack the things that they need, the crime rate grows up. And all across the country, here soon, people are going to be lacking the things that they need to survive. So what's going to be happening? The crime rate is going to go up. And it's already been going up. But in a scenario like that, brothers, right? In that setting, would it make sense for you to be breaking your back to protect a woman who questions your instruction? All right. Who does, who doesn't have faith, who doesn't want to walk orderly, who doesn't have the slightest inkling of what it means to be in order and play number two. No. You get yourself killed. Now, the scenario with Sodom and Gomorrah, what? Because a lot of these people, they seek to save their life, like the scriptures say. Let me go get it. And this applies to us too. This applies to the brothers too. In this time, man, you got to understand order. You got a lot of people that know they're Israelites and don't understand what they're a part of. We seek to obtain salvation, and order's going to come from that. The Lord has set up people for you to learn from to obtain salvation. He set up teachers to go into prophecy to warn you about the things that are going to come. But you got, simple ass niggas who don't make lessons, who don't teach, who don't understand prophecy and how things are supposed to play out. That's talking about some damn fringes, which we know aren't going to save you. And I'll play a clip. I think I'm just going to upload it. The brothers from Memphis, they made a beautiful lesson the other day, just going on the conduct behind enemy lines, because we are behind enemy lines. You're supposed to be what? Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You're supposed to be in a state to where, you're not showing your whole hand, because we're in a war. Israel is famous for what? For guerrilla warfare. During the Maccabees, they knew how to maneuver. Okay? We're not wearing fringes is, in this society when the enemy is going to be looking to kill all those that fear the Lord. It's like giving away your position on the battlefield, man. It's silly, and it's not expedient for this time. Okay? That's not what's going to save us in this time. Now, of course, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. We're not saying that. But again, what time are we in? There's a time and a season to everything. Okay? Now, let me go get that precept I caught on. Those who seek to save their lives will lose it. Bear with me. A little bit longer. I'll get the one in I'll start at 34. This is Mark 8 and 34. We'll get the one in Mark. All right. It says, and when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, whosoever will come after me, it's written in red, come after Yahweh Shai. And we're coming to find that a lot of people, they really don't believe in Yahweh Shai. Okay. Now, there's going to be some people who didn't wear fringes who are going to get saved. But nobody's going to get saved that doesn't believe in Yahweh Shai. That's a fact. All right. Let's read this. And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples, also he had said unto them, whosoever will come up after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. It's the only way. It's the only bridge to salvation and to the Father. All right. Verse 35. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. You got a lot of Israelite groups who are into the fringes, who in the concerts and setting up all these different events and trying to build an Israelite community here on this side. And they have all these possessions here in this life. And what do possessions do to you, people? Possessions possess you. And just like Lot's wife, those who are possessed by their possessions are going to be looking back. Don't be in that spirit. Okay? Verse 35 once more. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. All right? So what spirit are we to be in? What manner of people are we to be in all holy conversation and godliness, right? So now when we look at the examples of our forefathers, man, there's so many correlations and examples the Lord gave us that we compare it with now. Okay? In the time of Joshua, you know, if you haven't read it in a while, go back and read it. You know, before, you know, they spied out the land of Canaan, they had to maneuver their way through that too. But before they entered into the promised land, something had to be done to the children of Israel. So let's go to Joshua, the 5th chapter, and we'll start at the top, at the first verse. It says, And it came to pass, when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of the Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their heart melted. They were like, oh my goodness, we can't stand before this great power. Because remember, the Lord had made famous the name. He was magnified. That was the purpose of the deliverance of Egypt. So that the Lord was magnified, that the people knew that he was the power, right? Neither was there spirit in them anymore because the children of Israel. Now verse 2, we get to the point. At that time, the Lord said unto Joshua, and this the Lord was dealing with them, you know, personally, right? The Lord said unto Joshua, Make these sharp knives and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. Why? What do you mean again? Let's get the point. And Joshua made him sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the hill of the foreskins. And this is the cause why Joshua did circumcise. All the people that came out of Egypt that were males, even all the men of war, died in the wilderness, by the way, that first generation, right? That came out of Egypt. After they came out of Egypt. Verse 5. Now all the people that came out were circumcised. Well, all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way, as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. So there was a law to be circumcised, right? But while they were wandering around in the wilderness, this second generation, they weren't circumcised. And they still got to go into the promised land. Before they crossed that threshold into the promised land, the Lord made them whole. The same way he's going to make us whole before we cross that threshold. Okay? Now, just to read the law, let's go to Genesis 17, chapter 14, verse. And the uncircumcised man-child, whose flesh and his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant. All right? But then you go back to Joshua 5 and 5. It says, Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way, as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. And then we'll pull this precept up. Let me get it. So somebody reading and be like, well, no, calm down. Go to Romans 9 chapter and the 15th verse. For he said to Moses, is Romans 9 and 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. And those in this time he's going to have compassion for are those that believe on his son and are seeking to what? offend less, because you're not going to not offend the Most High entirely, because you can't keep the law perfect, man. All right, let's read that. Sirach 17:25. Return unto the Lord, forsake thy sins. Right? We're not telling you not to keep the law. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less. And then say prayer before his face and not offend. It said offend less, because you're not going to be able to just completely not offend. There was only one person that was able to do that. That was the first spirit ever created. That was Yahweh Shai. Okay. Our bridgeway to the Father, which is being ignored. And that's a problem. All right. Let's go to Psalms 25:6. It says, remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness for them, for they have been ever of old. Okay, so the Lord's going to show mercy on whom he wants mercy, and he has tender mercies, man. Now we go to Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, in the 26th verse. Okay, it reads, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. So the laws are going to be put in our what? In our inward parts, like it says in Jeremiah. Let's go there and read it. Jeremiah 31:33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. Right, before we're getting ready to step into the new heavens and the new earth, right? Said the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. All right, so it's simple as that, man. But hey, the Lord's revealing, and he's showing a lot of people to be those same spirits that were murmuring in the wilderness. Okay, those same spirits that were saying, crucify him, crucify him. Okay, he's showing a lot of people to be those same spirits. That's all. That's what's going on. That's what you're looking at right now, Israel. And it's okay. Everybody has to play their part in the Lord's movie. In the kingdom, man, all that unity people talk about. When we're given that heart of flesh in the kingdom, everybody will be cool. But right now, the Lord is, a lot of sifting is going on. That's all. Just remain on your course. Continue to lock in and grow and pray to the Most High that he keeps the spirit with you. And that you're spiritually equipped for the tribulation that we're getting ready to step into. So, with that being said, I'm gonna give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. I'm gonna give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and I'm gonna say shalom to all the brothers and of course the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.